Hi guys, I'm Sherry. Today's video is the continuity of my Korea shopping haul 2. Today's product is concealer. I would like to share with you these two. The Clio Cover Concealer and the new Etude House Big Cover Concealer. Actually, this big cover, I think they have a series of this a while ago. I'm not too sure if you guys still remember the series where they have this cushion concealer. I think it's the same one, but just that they changed the packaging and they indicated Skin Fit Pro. So there may be a change in the texture, formula, or and also the application of this concealer is also different. So now they come with this sponge head, which is no longer the cushion application. So today, because I will be only sharing these two concealers, so I will be comparing the Clio concealer against the Etude House new big cover concealer to see how well is their coverage and give you my reviews after applying them. So again, this one is not a first impression. I have already used them before. So today is just to show you a comparison of these two, since I bought two different concealers from different brands. So like now, I actually didn't apply anything. I only apply my skincare and sunblock. I haven't even applied my foundation because I always used to apply concealer before foundation. And to show you the actual coverage of this product, I think it's better to do it on a bare face to show you without any interference of other products. I will leave the product details in the description below, so you can refer to the color that I use later on. So on the left side of my face, I will be applying the Clio Cover Concealer. So let's take a look at the concealer itself. Let me zoom in a little bit. Actually, for this Clio Cover Concealer is not a new product, but this one is the original Cover Concealer that was actually receiving good reviews from online, and many YouTubers are actually commenting on this. So that's why I thought to buy this to try it out. As you can see, this is the usual type of liquid concealer packaging. It's in this tube form, and they do it the matte casing. So when you open it up, this is how the head looks like. It's a little bit slant to one side. So when you apply, you can actually use the bending side to apply on the face. And the application, the brush is very slim. So let's apply this Clio Cover Concealer on the left side of my face. So like my skin condition today, I have a pimple here, really red. Then as usual, my dark circles, under nose, like this kind of redness under my nose. So let's apply this. But please do take note, because I tried this a few times already. Because of the brush and the content of this concealer, because this concealer is actually, the texture is quite smooth and is very watery, so it's not very sticky. Each time when you apply, it will actually take up a lot of the concealer, so you will actually just need a little bit. It's good enough to cover your eye area. So let's try on my eye area. Just this little bit will do. The pimple, then my under nose. You will just need a little bit, it's good enough. Then like my acne scars maybe. Some acne scars. So let's just spread them out. I usually use my fingers. You can actually use a beauty blender, sponge, or a concealer brush, but to me I will use my finger. As you can see, just now I only applied very little and it can spread out a lot. Each time when you actually take out, the content of this concealer on the brush is a lot on its application, so you don't have to apply a lot around, so just little areas will do. So usually I do my concealing on my under eye only, my under eyelid. So if it's too much, I will slowly spread it to blend to my under eye and my cheeks. Alright, so now I'm done with spreading out the concealer for my under eye area. This side is without concealer and this side is the one with the Clio concealer. So coverage to me, I think is 90% for dark circles, and then it brightens your skin. I was actually very amazed with the coverage of this product, and it's not dry to your under eye. Some of the concealer, if you notice, it may be a little bit dry to your under eye. It will set on your lines. So this one doesn't give you those dry fine lines and it doesn't set on it. So I think the hydrating, moisturizing content is pretty high as well. And another thing about this is because, like I say, it's not very sticky, it's quite watery. So when you apply, it's actually very lightweight and yet you get a very good coverage. So now let's try covering pimples and redness, because just now, as you can see, there is redness to my pimple. But now, as you see, when I gently just spread it out, you can still see like there is something here, but the redness is gone. For this distance, you can actually hardly see that there is a pimple there. It's just that you will see a mark because my pimple is actually popping out. It's not flat, so you will still see something, but it's not as red as before. So even for this kind of pimple coverage, I will still think it's pretty good. Then now let's try the under my nose area. Sometimes it's good to use your finger as a because your fingers have warmth to it, so it will actually blend into your skin nicely. So this is my under nose area. Then I will also gently dip and spread out for my acne scar area. Alright, so let's look at the under nose area. As you can see, without the concealer, the redness is very obvious for my under nose area. And after applying it, the under nose area is very clean, don't have any redness anymore, and your skin gets brightens up. Then lastly would be the acne scar area. If you notice just now that there are actually some dots around, which is my acne scars. But now from this, even I zoom in to the maximum already, you couldn't really see the acne scar anymore. So I think for the coverage of this Clio concealer is actually overall very good, regardless if you want to use it for your under eye, nose to cover redness, pimples, or to cover acne scars. It do a very good job. So if for those who are actually looking for high coverage concealer but it's not dry to your skin or not dry to your under eye, you can actually consider this one. Now let's move on to the right side. Let's move on to the Etude House concealer. So first, let's look at the packaging also. This packaging will be slightly different from the Clio one. As you can see earlier on that the Clio concealer, they do it in a matte finish coating of the whole packaging. This one they do it in a, more like a glass form, glossy for the top, and even for the body of the packaging is actually like a glass acrylic kind. I quite like the packaging because it's quite nice. Then let's look at the application. For this side of the head is actually flat, but when I tilt it, not sure if you can see it clearly. When I tilt it, it becomes slim. I think the reason they do this is also for easy and smooth application. Because with a flatter tip, you can actually apply to this kind of smaller areas easily. For this Etude House product, is actually thicker in the content. So it's not as watery as you see just now from Clio that you can easily spread out very smoothly and more like watery kind. So this time round, I actually put 3 little dabs on my under eye. I will also apply some on my under nose, my nose area. And let me find some acne, like this one, found them. So let's try on this. I have some pimples here also. Let me try and then show you later. Okay, so this is also a one-time. Let's try also using fingers to dab and spread out the product for the under eye. Just now when you see how I spread out the concealer, you will know that actually this side is more lightweighted and not so thick in the formula. When you spread it out using your finger or any other tools, it won't give you a hard time. It's just that the texture of these two products is different. So now I'm already done with the Etude House concealer for my under eye. But if you are comparing these two products, for the Etude House concealer on the under eye, I think is more like a medium coverage. It is still able to conceal my dark circles, and I really can't see much of the my dark circles anymore. But I think it's more like a medium. The coverage is not 100%. I would think if this side is 90%, I would think this side is about 70 to 80. It's also very lightweight, although it's thicker in the texture, but it is not heavy. After you spread out the concealer, it's still very smooth on your skin. It blends in very nicely. So now let's spread out the under nose area. The coverage is pretty good too, but I think the Clio side, if you notice now, the Clio side is more hydrating and it blends well into your skin, but yet also have a good coverage. But this side, I think it will actually set into the line, like your nose area here. It's not as moist and doesn't give you a mark on your nose area. For here, it actually dries here at the line, and then the coverage for the nose area, medium too, but here again is more complete. So next, let me just blend out for the acne scars, the little red pimples here. Okay. For the pimples and acne scars, you can see that it's still there. It's just less obvious. But like here, it's totally like flawless that you cannot see the scar at all. Then likewise for the pimples, you can still see it, but it's less obvious. If you zoom back to the normal distance, I think both sides are quite okay. Just that this side is really, you can see very obvious that this side is more complete. It looks natural too. but this side the coverage is not as good as the Clio concealer. I'm not saying that the Etude House one is not good. As a concealer, as for daily use, and you want a natural look, not very cakey, this is good enough. But if you are looking for very high coverage, you need a flawless skin, but yet not dry and not heavy, the Clio one is the one you should be looking for. Let me put on my foundation and then I show you again on this whole makeup look. Alright, so this is how it looks like after I put on my foundation. Today I actually used the Makeup Forever Skin Perfector. So after even just using my hand to blend foundation into my skin, it doesn't affect the concealer part, so it's still pretty nice. Alright, so that's the end of today's video to share with you these two products that I purchased. Hope this video actually helps you on selecting concealers as well, and also to share with you the differences between these two. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please leave your comments below if there is any, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye!